Are you curious about this 1904 blackberry pie that I made using wild blackberries here from Oregon? Well, join me in my kitchen as we learn how to bake this delicious vintage pie. All right, so let's get started with the first step to our blackberry pie. We're following the same instructions as for huckleberry pie in this presidential cookbook from 1904. So the first part is to pick through these berries, and we're gonna wash them because these are wild blackberries that I just picked today at my parents' place. And I'm gonna be picking out any that are not super ripe. I will definitely eat these. That's not a problem for me. I like sour things, but we want the sweeter berries for our pie. So off camera, I'm just gonna pick through these and wash them in this colander, and then we'll get on with the rest of the pie. So for this recipe, they want us to put, as far as I can interpret it, about a 1/2 inch of berries on the bottom of the pie shell. And then we are going to mix the rest of the berries with a few ingredients. So now that we kind of have this on the bottom of our pie shell, and linked in the description, I will have a link to how to make this pie dough and pie shell from another pie recipe that I made. It's from a 1949 cookbook. So I will show you that next. Or I'll show you that in the link. So I pre-made this pie shell and froze it, as well as the topper, which you'll see in a moment. So the rest of the berries we're gonna put in here, and we're gonna mix them with a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and then about a heaping teaspoon of flour to thicken things up a little bit. And then some nutmeg, so a teaspoon of that. And then it says a salt spoonful of salt. So I have my cute little salt spoon, about a 1/4 teaspoon or so. So let's mix this together. And I think I'm gonna mix this into the other berries as well. And this looks really delicious. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite summer pie is. Is it a berry pie? Is it peach? Raspberry, blueberry? What other summer fruits? Let me know if you like any summer fruit pies and what your favorite is from the area where you live. I would love to know. One of my favorites is blackberries, because I have big memories of always picking blackberries at my parents' place, just like I did today. And they are basically wild blackberries that grow all over Oregon. They grow so much that you basically battle with them because they grow a little too much, shall we say. So basically, to battle them, you just mow them down and just keep the ones that you want, because they just grow wild. But we try to use them in yummy things like pies, and freeze them and eat them fresh. So they are really nice to have. So that's that. And then in the next section, we are going to put the topper on and get it decorated and ready to bake. Okay, we are back, and we're going to put this pie topper out of dough. I already made this and froze it, and then it's just been out for a few minutes. So basically what I did is I made it the size of the pie pan. And this is a nice little trick when you want a pie topper. is you make it exactly the size of the whole top circle here. And then when it defrosts a little bit, you can make this ahead, which I really love. And it keeps it nice and cold. You can just kind of press it gently down in here, and as you can see, it fits perfectly. And then I always make the middle cut out there. I used a little flour cookie cutter for that, which is fun. And see how you can fit it right into the flutes here. So it's really gonna mesh with the shape. So this is kind of a seamless way to make a topper, which I really love. Okay, and then I had extra dough, so I have these extra little flowers. And actually what I'm gonna do is I like to brush a little bit of cream diluted with a little milk, or I'm sorry, a little bit of water, or you can use milk or half and half, anything of that sort, or even water if you prefer. But just something that will stick these extra pieces on if you would like. And then I'm also gonna sprinkle some sugar because I like to have kind of a crunchy, sparkly top. And this pie pastry is made with lard. However, you can use butter or shortening or whatever you prefer in there as well. Okay, so I'm gonna I have a few of these flowers, so I'm gonna kind of distribute these evenly around. I just love adding extra decor. It's not absolutely necessary, but it's fun, so why not? And I did a lot of this when I had my pie company for a couple years. I used to get the fruit from farmer's market or from a farm, and I would actually sell the pies at the farm as well. So that was fun to drop off different seasonal pies every week during the season, the spring and summer. So I'm gonna also put this mixture on top. And then, ooh, looks like the oven is up to temperature. So it said a quick oven, which is between 375 Fahrenheit and 400. So I'm opting for the 375. We're gonna try about half an hour for this pie, but it may take longer. We want it to be nice and bubbling in the middle to make sure that the fruit is cooked and all the pastry is baked and golden. So yeah, just add a little sprinkle of sugar if you like. You can even use brown sugar or demerara sugar or whatever you prefer. There we are. So I'm actually, I have 2 more flowers, but I might save that for something later. Anyway, so I'm actually gonna put this on this baking sheet over here, so it's easier to get out of the oven. We're gonna get that in for about 30 minutes, check it, and I might bake it for longer, and then we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. So I just got the blackberry pie out of the oven. Looks so good. It ended up baking a little more than an hour, I'd say. And you can see in the middle, it's nice and bubbly. That's what you want to see, some of the juices coming through, but also the crust is nice and golden, so it is looking fabulous. I'm gonna let this cool down a little bit and then see what the family thinks in the family tasting. See you in a bit. All right, we're here to try the 1904 blackberry pie with the family. See how it is.
Looks amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
What makes it unusual?
It's got brown sugar.
May I serve?
Yeah, you might want to use enough.
Thank you.
Brown sugar and nutmeg, and yeah, that's about it.
Does the recipe specifically call for blackberries?
Well, this one, so the original is huckleberry, but it kind of it says do the same thing for blackberries.
Oh, I see.
And it's still gonna be a little hot, so
Okay.
it hasn't had a chance to fully cool down, so.
It's pretty soupy,
Yeah,
but we can at least try it.
yeah, I think that's because it hasn't cooled down
Oh.
completely, but.
Oh, do you want to wait and try again? Or?
Oh, I think it'll be still fine to try it now, get the flavors.
Sure.
Yeah. Whoops.
There you go. I think I need a spoon.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's also, it doesn't have a ton of thickener. It only called for a little bit of flour in there, so. We'll see how it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Blackberries only.
So this is what it was like in the 20th century, huh?
I guess back then you drank your pies.
Wow.
Here, I'll give you some crust with that. Let's see,
All right, shall we dig in?
yeah. And then we'll give you a little crust there, but.
Pie crust is delicious.
Oh, yeah. Mmm. Mmm. And nice and juicy. I can kind of smell the nutmeg a little bit. Do you taste anything different, Em?
Different from what?
Like a normal berry pie?
Oh, I get what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to give it a few more tastes to really lock in the flavors.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's hot.
Yeah, it's still a little bit hot. Be careful. It's only been sitting for about half an hour, so it's pretty newly out of the oven.
It tastes good.
Mm.
I don't honestly taste cinnamon or nutmeg.
It's just nutmeg.
Oh, well, that explains the cinnamon.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't taste
Brown
nutmeg at all.
sugar.
But it tastes great. It's
Yeah.
a delightful
it's a
pie.
nice flavor. I think it
Yeah,
just
I like it.
highlights the berries.
Yeah.
And it may thicken more upon cooling. 'Cause-
Yeah. I think the main difference is kind of the texture of it.
Yeah. I think if I were to do it over again, I'd probably do tapioca or a different type of thickener.
What did
Other
you use?
than that, well, it only called for a teaspoon of flour, which isn't a lot.
Oh, wow.
So,
Interesting.
it's just the old-fashioned style.
That's
I
kind of
think.
half the fun of like doing these sort of old-fashioned recipes, is seeing like what kind of weird things will arise from them.
Yeah, exactly.
It certainly tastes good, so
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
approved.
Yummy. I think it's delicious.
I think this might call for a ladle and a bowl, though.
Yeah, I think it may thicken a little bit upon standing and not be quite as hot, but yeah, you could thicken it up, or you could leave it as is. But I'll give you a little closer look of the inside. But
Very tasty.
it's super yum still, even if it's not thickened. But thanks for joining us. So we are going to chat about the pie section in this presidential cookbook, where I got the recipe for the blackberry pie based on the huckleberry pie. And this book, whoops, some things fell out. It is from 1904. And I thought, let's take a look at the different types of pies that are in here. You can see the pages are super old. I thought this one was interesting. Lemon raisin pie. Never heard of this combo, have you? I'd be curious to know. So that is one that I might have to try because it's really different. Rhubarb, of course, we've all heard of. Pineapple, that's not one that you get very much. I've seen them kind of commercially prepackaged, like in the store. Grape pie, that's not one you see very often either. Damson or plum pie, again, kind of old-fashioned, but my parents do have a fruit orchard, and they have plums, which will be ripening sometime this summer, so I might have to try the plums. Peach pie, I think this is really clever. Dried fruit pie, I think that's a really good winter idea. You can kind of soak the fruit overnight and make a delicious pie out of that. Ripe berry pies, jelly and preserved fruit pies. There's different cranberry ones. Gooseberry, that's not one you see very often, the green berries. I don't know if you've seen those before. There used to be a cafeteria style restaurant near us that used to serve those, and they look funny, but they taste really good. Stewed pumpkin or squash 4 pies. So that's a good way to prepare your pumpkin. Oh, lots of different pumpkin pies. I love this. Number 1, number 2. This one has molasses in it. A pumpkin pie without eggs, so that's a really interesting one. Sweet potato, squash, all the yummy fall things. Mince pies. I know my dad really loves mince meat tarts. They don't necessarily have to have meat in them. A lot of times it's apples, dried fruit, and spices. So let me know if you're on team mincemeat or not. It can be a strong flavor, but I do like the little tarts. Plum custard, that sounds like a really good combo. Lemon tartlets. Oh, there's all these little tartlets in the back here. Coconut, chocolate, cream strawberry. That's another one that would be up my alley for sure. So let me know down in the comments below if any of these sounded good, or if you have some favorite summer pies in this season that you would love for me to feature on the channel. If I can find any recipes in my books, I would be happy to make those for you. So please do let me know. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna have a little bonus section next about my huckleberry bushes and more of the blackberries that I picked. So feel free to join me if you would like on that. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe if you have not already for more vintage recipes. And please like the video and leave a comment if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the bonus section. Okay, this is kind of a dual bonus section because I wanted to show you the flat of wild blackberries that I picked today. They smell so good. And I used about 3 of the halics for the pie. And next, I'm going to be showing you my huckleberry bushes. They do have a few ripe berries on them, if I can find some. Here are some that are starting to ripen. As you can see, they're kind of like super tiny. Oh, here's some good ones. Some super tiny blueberries is kind of what they're like, but they're a much richer flavor. If you've ever had them, let me know in the comments down below. This is just barely the time that they start to ripen. You can see they're mostly green. But what I do is I come out here every evening and pick just a few. And a lot of times if you look underneath, you can see more ripe ones. But I might have gotten most of them yesterday. But let me know if you've heard of huckleberries and what you think of these. And these delicious blackberries. Let me know if you've ever picked any. Thanks so much for joining me. All right, we are back to try a cooled down pie, which is a lot different.
Actually looks like a pie.
Yes.
I'm excited.
The filling is actually set this time, so.
I'm excited because it tasted good, but I'm kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't like a soupy pie.
I get it. I'm not a huge fan either. So
I'm excited to try this now. I also didn't think the temperature would make that big a difference, but it definitely has.
Yeah, isn't that interesting how it really set up nicely? Almost like a loose jam.
There it is.
Really good.
delicious.
Thank you.
Yeah, the texture is really good. And yeah, it's actually pie, not crust and some juice.
Soup.
And soup, yes.
Berry soup.
I approve for sure.
Top notch.
I even approved the last one. This one's great.
Yeah,
This is fabulous because it's really, oh no, I kind of like it cold.
definitely worth waiting for the cool down.
Yeah,
Yeah, check out the berries. They're super yum.
S tier stuff.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us.